This is NBC4 News at 5.
CDC issued a warning earlier this week not to travel this Thanksgiving if you don't have to. This is a live look at LAX. But despite that warning, not everyone is canceling their plans. Our cameras were there today at the airport, and while it wasn't packed, there was a steady number of people ready to hop on a plane. None of them did agree to talk to our crew, but NBC4's Kim Tobin is joining us live with the very latest from the newsroom. Kim?
And Kathy and Robert, we are still waiting to hear from LA County Public Health tonight to get a look at the number of cases recorded today. And this is really crucial now. We are trying to stay under that 4,500 case rate that could send us back into a safer at home order. Hospitalizations are key as well, as the county will determine what comes next as more space is taken up. As Southern California continues to see COVID cases climb, a curfew will be in place once again in LA County tonight. Public health officials trying to reduce the risk of infections by shutting down gatherings earlier in hopes of stopping the healthcare system from getting swamped.
The potential for our hospitals to be overwhelmed, for people to get sicker and to possibly run out of the capacity at our hospitals.
Dr. Richard Seidman with LA Care Health Plan says hospitals can expand and add beds, but adding doctors and nurses would be an even greater challenge. And healthcare officials say what we can all do to keep the numbers down is very simple.
Masking, social distancing, frequent hand washing are the very most important things that all of us can and should be doing every day.
LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva attending a food drive today and says when it comes to enforcing the nighttime curfew, the department plans to go for an educational approach.
So if people are out late at night partying, well, that's what this whole move by the governor is designed for. We're not going to take a hard hand enforcement approach on that. We're looking for voluntary compliance.
Many people stockpiling goods, fearing another shutdown is coming. LA County health officials say if cases average more than 4,500 a day for a 5-day period, or hospitals reach up to 2,000 patients, the county will go back into lockdown and impose a safer at home order for 3 weeks. Meantime, the U.S. reaching more than 12 million confirmed cases with more than 255,000 deaths. In places like El Paso, Texas, they're planning to bring in the National Guard to help them move their dead from overrun mortuaries. A grim outlook as Thanksgiving is days away, and public health officials plead with everyone to do what's right to keep others safe. So again, we have not heard from LA County just yet about those numbers. We hope to have them for you in our 6 o'clock newscast, and of course we'll put them online for you as soon as they come out. Dr. Barbara Ferrer with LA County says they will be monitoring the weekend numbers, the cases, the hospitalizations. If they do plan to impose another safer at home order, she says we will have a 3-day heads up beforehand. In the newsroom, Kim Tobin, NBC4 News.
This is NBC4 News at 6.
Today, the U.S. hit 12 million confirmed cases, with 200,000 of them yesterday alone. The number of confirmed cases rising more than 1 million in just the last week. But there was some good news today with therapeutics. The FDA granting emergency authorization for Regeneron's experimental antibody cocktail. These are the very same drugs given to President Trump after his diagnosis.
Also today, every Southern California county is dealing now with a huge spike in cases. 2,800 cases were reported today in San Bernardino County, and LA County could have a stay-at-home order soon if average cases stay at 4,500 per day. And you were looking at the new numbers right there. They are above 4,500. NBC4's Kim Tobin is live in our newsroom now to explain what those numbers mean that just came into our newsroom. Kim.
Yeah, Robert and Kathy, we just got those numbers here. They are not looking good tonight. Our cases even higher than yesterday. LA County reporting 4,522 new cases and 34 additional deaths. Hospitalizations also jumped more than 90 overnight, bringing the total to 1,391. And that's up from about 1,000 in the hospital that we reported on just last weekend. If we stay on this track, a safer at home order could go into effect. COVID cases reaching record numbers this week, a nighttime curfew in effect for a second night in LA County and starting all over the state as health officials try to bring the numbers down.
One of the things the curfew signals is the level of concern by our elected officials and by our public health officials.
Dr. Richard Seidman with LA Care Health Plan says the precautions are meant to also keep hospitals from being overwhelmed. Even though health officials say many infections are coming from indoor social gatherings at homes, they're trying to put a stop to nighttime gatherings outdoors earlier.
We're seeing a very serious and concerning rate of rise in the infections and hospitalizations. An increase in deaths is likely to come in the coming weeks. So we're doing everything we can now. We won't really see the impact for the next couple of weeks.
LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva was giving out food at a food drive today. He says the department won't be arresting people who are out after hours, but will work to educate them.
We're not going to take a hard hand enforcement approach on that. We're looking for voluntary compliance.
More store shelves are empty as people are stocking up and staying in. LA County health officials say if cases average more than 4,500 a day for a 5-day period or hospitals reach up to 2,000 patients, the county will go back into lockdown and impose a safer at home order for 3 weeks. Many people either canceling their Thanksgiving plans or scaling back as public health officials plead for a safe holiday and a chance to get the number of cases under control. If a safer at home order does go into effect in LA County, we could see things like outdoor dining completely closed and will have takeout only. We could also see personal care services like barbershops and hair salons face those restrictions or possibly close once again. The county says if another safer at home order goes into effect, those businesses will have a 3-day grace period before those changes kick in. In the newsroom, Kim Tobin, NBC4 News.